Good afternoon, everybody. Chief Cloutier here. A couple things. We're going to do a rescue truck tour today with paramedic Santi. Today we'll wish a happy birthday to Laura Willette, who's the director of the Milan Ambulance. Hope everything's going well for you up there. And without any further ado, I'll turn it over to Lieutenant Paramedic Santi.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Lieutenant Paramedic Santi coming back at you once again. We're going to tour our rescue truck. We use this truck primarily for car accidents, hazardous material spills, which is mostly gasoline or oil spills, and anything that could be more of a rescue in nature, whereas we use the fire engines for kind of structural use. It's a 2003 GMC truck with dingy bodywork on the back. Same concept, truck style body as opposed to a traditional fire truck style body. I'm not going to go into too much detail in the cab, but it's got seating for 4 men, a chauffeur, an officer, and 2 firefighters. 3 of the seats have the SCBAs in them, like you saw the other day. Something I didn't mention the other day is to keep our trucks ready to go. Phil will zoom in. This green line here and this black line is our shore line and shore air to keep, because our trucks have air brake systems, but there's no onboard generator to keep them filled. We keep the trucks tied into an air compressor in the building to keep the air brakes charged. So starting off, going through all the compartments. In here is kind of a hodgepodge of equipment, as is pretty much the entire truck. We carry plenty of water to rehydrate on fire scenes. Several containers of Speedy Dry for absorbing fluid leaks such as oil, coolant, etc. at car accidents, and a couple different flavors of fire extinguishers. This one's just like the other silver one on the engine, where it's got water and foam. It's pressurized and runs with air. And this is a carbon dioxide extinguisher. I also have traffic cones. You'll notice we'll set up kind of a cone pattern at a car accident, kind of direct traffic away from a car accident. You will also notice that some car accidents will angle our trucks out on the road, although car accidents on the shoulder will actually take up almost an entire lane to give our crew members a safe place to work. So when if you're going through a car accident place, please slow down, try not to rubberneck, and give our crews room to work. Moving back, this is we call our cascade system, or SCBA fill station. We have a limited supply of air in our breathing apparatus. It's rated for 30 minutes. Really, there's only 15 minutes worth of air. So to refill those on a fire scene, or really any incident we're using an air pack, we use this. We have 4 other larger cylinders of air, and through the persons will equalize and refill the packs on our backs. In here, we have normally 8 spare SCBA cylinders. One of the spares is currently being used for a decontamination system on our ambulances for after calls. Again, that's kind of hodgepodge of equipment. Some blankets for kids and families if they're caught out in the cold on a car accident. We have a pneumatic. It's kind of hard to pull out. We have airbags. It's kind of a pneumatic airbag system. If there's someone trapped under an object like a car, we need to get them out, or something that needs to be stabilized, we can use these airbags, inflate them, kind of lift something up a few inches, and then I'll show you what our cribbing looks like on the other side, kind of secure that with cribbing. We call it the K12 rotary saw. It's good for cutting through roofs. It's really through anything we can think of. And then we have electronic kind of flares to set up if we have to set up a landing zone for a helicopter. In here, this is what we call the tool, or the jaws of life. It is our hydraulic rescue tool. There's really 4 components to it. This first item here is a power plant. It's a gasoline-powered motor. Powers a hydraulic pump. I'm gonna pull the tray out so you guys can get a better look at it. But there's primarily 2 tools we can use with it. One's a set of hydraulic spreaders. So something's crimped in and we need to force a door open. We can actually spread the door apart. And then we also have a set of cutters. It's pretty much just a giant pair of hydraulic powered scissors. So if we have to remove a roof, we have that option. On the shelf above it, we also have fuel. The fourth component to the hydraulic tool system is a ram. So if we need like to lift a dashboard or a steering wheel off someone's legs, we can make some relief cuts, and we can actually use the ram to spread kind of the car apart and get the patient out. This rig is mostly taken up by our generator. As I mentioned with the engine, we do have a lot of electronic powered tools. So it's run by a generator. And here we have a couple different styles of ground ladders and then a rescue basket. If we have to go rescue someone down an embankment or out in the woods, rather than carry them out on the backboard, which can be a little difficult, we have the basket to help distribute the weight and carry them out easier. This compartment here, I'll pull one board out at a time, but this is where we keep all of our the bulk of our hand tools to really help get the job done. Whereas the engine is it's a firefighting vehicle, carries water, carries hose. The rescue truck is really a rolling toolbox for kind of all situations. So you have axes, a sledgehammer, you get a short version of the pike pole so we can pull ceilings. On the other side, we have some other specialized firefighting tools, crowbars. We call it the pig. It's pretty much a big, just giant splitting maul in a sense. The Halligan tool. And on the next board we have, again, come along pickets. This helps set up a purchase point or an anchor point for if we're doing a rope rescue. Bolt cutters. And reciprocating saws. People commonly associate when we have to cut apart a car with using the jaws of life to take a roof off a car. It's actually a lot more efficient to use a couple of sawzalls, kind of just almost walk your way right down the sides of the car and cut away the posts, as opposed to the jaws of life. Where the jaws of life, the cutters can only cut one roof post. In that same amount of time, we can have the rest of the roof removed with our sawzalls. In here is where kind of our real tech rescue equipment is. We have some tech rescue helmets, harnesses, and ropes to set up not a full technical system, but we call it a 3-to-1 system, or Z-drag. So to help take the weight off of whatever the patient's on, to get us up and out of it, kind of in here, some flotation devices for some real basic water rescue. We don't have a swift water team here in Gorham. If we do, heaven forbid, we do have a swift water rescue, we'll call resources from from Berlin, or if necessary from Conway Village, to come in and do our swift water rescue for us. A couple of toolboxes. Again, the truck's a rolling toolbox and can be called in for any kind of circumstance. So having the tools necessary to disassemble something is important. This is that cribbing I was talking about. We can actually take it and stack it in order to stabilize, say, a car that's upside down or any kind of unstable object. And then some tarps. Part of what we do is one of the roles of the crew that works on the rescue truck at a fire scene is what's called salvage and overhaul. And the salvage part of it is if there's, say, the second floor of your house caught fire and there's a lot of belongings on the first floor, and there's going to be a lot of water damage. We'll kind of move all the belongings to the center of the room, use our tarps, cover it all up so you don't lose everything you have in the house. Last compartment on this truck, up top side, we do carry an AED, automatic external defibrillator, in a medical bag. A lot of our firefighters are also EMTs and paramedics, so if they get to a scene ahead of the ambulance, they have some tools to assess and treat a patient. We have controls for the light tower up here. We do have a light tower with 6 very bright lights on the top, so if we're working car accident at night or any scene at night, we can light it up almost as bright as day so we can see what we're doing. Leaf blower here, very good for woods fires. One of the distinct differences when fighting woods fires or brush fires, we're not directly attacking the fire with water, but unlike a structure fire, we're going out and we're creating what's called a fire line. We're digging down the dirt, using the leaf blower to blow away any like the old leaves and whatnot away. So the fire will come up right up to where we cut that fire line in the dirt, and it'll just stop right there. Chainsaw for cutting roofs or trees or what have you that are in our way. And then electrical cables. That does it for this truck. Hope you guys enjoy this. Any questions, feel free to reach out to us at any time. You guys have a wonderful day.